Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the APA Poolplayer Nation Podcast. I'm Becky Johnston. This is Jason Bowman.
What's up, y'all?
And we are excited to bring another episode here to you today. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube channel, as well as all of our social networks. All right, I think we are officially in the holiday season, right?
I think it's fair to say that.
I think it
we're
is
literally
fair
days
to
away.
say that
I hope
at
that
this
you have
point.
been preparing because I know
Well,
you have kids at home.
I do.
Okay, you scared me when
I'm
you said,
getting
well, I
there.
think we're in the holiday season.
I think we are.
We're like
A
almost
week?
at the end of the holiday season.
A week away
A week?
now,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. Close to it. We're getting there. It's cold.
It is cold. It's not
Christmas
bad today.
music's
It's
rocking on the
Christmas
radio
music's
stations.
Rocking. We're getting there. Are you ready?
I'm mentally ready. I probably have a few more things I need to do.
You sound like me.
For the most part, I'm a little ready. But I love, one of the reasons that I love this time of year is because, at least, work-wise, well, one, we kind of shut down towards the end of the year and
That's super
decompress,
nice.
let the team go home and hang out for a bit
Right.
and not worry about work, which is always nice. But also, the league operators, the members, league operators around the country do a lot of charity-type initiatives. Toys for Tots, canned food drive, St. Jude. And so I love seeing all the different stories about that because it reminds me of, one of the big things I love about APA is just, we kind of try to make the world a better place through our community. And I feel like we, certainly around the holidays, APA does that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, like you said, lots of league operators that do those kind of things this time of year. I know in particular we have one league area, which they don't do it alone, that runs a big charity tournament this time of year. The Memphis APA, they run their Shoot for a Cure tournament, brings in huge numbers, and they met with us and, kind of told us about that tournament, Nika and Bobby Harvison. So we can watch that interview as they kind of tell us about that tournament this year.
Let's do it.
All right, we are joined today by Bobby and Nika Harvison of the Memphis APA. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Great.
good.
Recovered?
Barely.
So I know you guys are probably still recovering from your Shoot for a Cure event. Why don't you guys start out by just kind of telling us about this year's event?
This year's event was our best, biggest, greatest event ever. We've been running it a few years, and every year the players, the response, it's gotten bigger and bigger, and every year we're just blown away. But this year we had the most participants, raised the most money since we've started it.
So
Yeah.
how much money was raised? Tell us.
Let me say it.
Okay, go ahead.
$118,001.
Nice.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty
It was
amazing.
phenomenal.
Good for y'all. That's awesome.
Yeah, we
Nice.
were super excited.
I'm curious about that $1. Like, what? There's got to be something to that $1, right?
There is.
Tell me about the $1.
So we had another league operator who did not have a team in this event, but he was there volunteering and helping us out, and he wanted our amount to be over $118,000, so he made sure that we had the extra dollar in there.
Nice. One last dollar.
We always tell everybody every dollar counts. Every
Yeah.
dollar that comes into this event, we put it back out there. A lot of years, if you look on the past, we got odd numbers. Sometimes people try to make it an even number,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we count it and it goes up, whatever it is. If it's 10 cents, that's 10 more cents
Yeah.
to St. Jude.
Nice.
Amazing.
That's awesome. And so you said this event's been around a few years. Like, tell us a little bit about kind of, well, one, if you remember specifically when it started, but also just the kind of the history, like what got you involved in doing this, why St. Jude's, and really how the event's kind of evolved over the years to what it is today.
We became league operators in 2018, and going up to the training and knowing the pool community and everything that it was, we seen that other leagues done that, and we wanted to give back and do a charity tournament. So our very first tournament, was 2018. It started out doubles only at one of our host locations, and it just blew our mind. We raised $5,600 and something dollars.
Yeah.
And we were just floored by that. And we said, hey, all our players loved it. St. Jude is in Memphis. Everybody is, touched in some way by their research, by the stuff that they do for kids, the bills. And we just partnered with them from that point on and worked to keep expanding it.
Yeah. This was our 7th year, and we started out the very beginning in December of 18. We had 48 8-ball doubles, and we are definitely a lot bigger than that now. We've had to add different formats to be able to fit into our, to be able to put into our event so that we could allow more players the opportunity to be able to participate in the event.
Now, I know some of the growth too is because you guys have continued to partner with other league areas, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's something I'd like to say. We started out, this was a Memphis event, is what we had in our mind. But we've learned that this is a APA event. The heart of the APA players, the APA Pool League community, one way the money's got to where it is, it never crossed our mind any other leagues helping, doing any of that stuff. We're just going to throw it and have a tournament. And when other leagues got involved, their heart came through, and they were like, our life-changing award, is named after a player in South Carolina. He came, he said, hey, I wouldn't come in empty-handed. He brought some money, and that's what started really jumping our goal, is all the league players, not Memphis players, but South Carolina players, Georgia players, Little Rock players, all the other league areas. It's a continuous effort by everybody involved. We're just the first people that were there doing it. We're just a small part of this.
Very small.
Tell us a little bit about that Life Changer Award. So that's something where, like, the local league areas, right, that they are able to start raising money locally before the event. Is that correct?
They started the day after this one finished.
Right.
Oh, wow.
The very first time Chris and Stephanie's player came in and he brought that money, that me and Nika went back at the end of that tournament, and I said, man, that guy's special. That changed something. I said, we need to do an award for somebody like that without anybody prompting them, nothing going on, he took it on himself, and he brought that money here to our event. So whenever he did the next year, when he came and done that, he said, hey, I got something for y'all. We said, we got something for you too. And then we thought, well, all the leagues that are coming, they have somebody that is that life changer in their league. And so we come up with that award, and we tell the league operators, you tell us, who's spearheading it in y'all's area, and we want to recognize them. Most of the people that do this, they don't want the recognition, but we want to recognize them because they're going above and beyond. And that's the only way we reach these numbers, is the whole APA community.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that some of the fundraising's already started for next year, which is pretty phenomenal. I'm curious, like, where does the event go? I mean, $118,000 is a huge amount. I mean, you said the first year you raised $5,000, which I'm sure then you thought was just tremendous.
Yeah, we were over the moon with
now you're at $118,000. I mean, can it realistically grow from there? I mean, that's a big number to try to replicate or exceed. I mean, what's the goals now from here on out?
Man, I hate to even.
Everybody, there were so many players that approached us during the event, and especially when we hit our goal of 100,000 for this year, they were like, "What's our goal going to be next year?" And to us, it's like, look, if we, if we're a penny over, like, we don't want to be unrealistic, but man, we had with so many leagues pulling in and like contributing and working together, and like the heart, like Bobby always says, the heart of an APA pool player can't be measured. I mean, it can't. So, I mean, is it realistic for us to even set a goal for next year? So we're just we're thankful that everybody did what they did, and, people picked up, and oh my gosh, there were so many people that played a part in this, like we had league operators who were at our event that didn't even have teams in this event because they wanted to be a part of something as big as this because of what we're doing for St. Jude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Are you guys going to, I know last year you took the check to St. Jude and presented it to them. Are you going to be doing that again this year, or have you done that yet?
We will be doing that. I have a scheduled meeting with my point of contact tomorrow, and she's getting with her supervisor to let me know when and where. We have a new point of contact, so it's new for her. So I just sent her pictures of the previous years to let her know how we've been doing it. And so we will be meeting with her to do a big check presentation.
And normally we always tell everybody at the event, whether it's league operators, players, come down to the check presentation. We've had times in the past where 20, 30 players or volunteers come down, they give you a tour of the hospital. When you show up, they got a big welcome APA sign at the hospital because they had never seen pool tournaments, bring this much money. They had told us, we were talking to them last year, and the amount we raised last year, we had been talking to the world record people because we couldn't find any amateur pool tournament that raised that much money, any history of one in the past. So everybody's thinking that may be the world record, like APA San Vegas.
Because it was over 77,000 last year, right? Okay. That's awesome.
So, and I'm sure the people at the St. Jude are extremely grateful. I mean, I can't think of a better cause. I'm curious, is there a way that if somebody's watching and they're like, hey, I'd like to, get involved, support, is there a way that people that maybe aren't in Memphis or near you can help the cause here?
Man, yeah, there's definitely, you can either go directly to St. Jude, they have all the telethons and they do the $19 a month. Everybody's probably seen the shirts that say, "This saves lives." We're trying to set up something where the other APA leagues, get other people involved. The bigger this can be, this could be mine and Nika's biggest legacy other than our kids setting this up. There's no way we could donate $100,000 by ourselves, and most people couldn't to St. Jude. But by being a part of the APA, we tell everybody, every single player in the APA is a part of this. We don't do it by ourselves. Every league operator that comes there, they play a role. We're just small cogs in it, and it's a great feeling to go down there and give them that check and know that, this is something that the APA is doing that we could never do by ourselves.
Well, I know one of the things we talk a lot about is, APA is about more than just pool.
Yes.
And, I think I can't think of a better example than what you guys have done here with this event and all the good that you've done in the holiday season. So good for you, and hopefully good things are coming your way. So appreciate everything you guys are doing. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you guys hopefully again in the near future.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll have a bigger number next year.
I like it.
All right. Thank you,
Happy
guys.
holidays, guys.
Thank you. Thanks,
Hey.
Bobby. Thanks, Nika. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, $118,000
Blows my
Cha-ching,
mind,
baby. Man.
that just blows my mind.
Yeah, and you can see how excited they are to talk about it and be part of it, and obviously brings them a lot of gratification to give back to their local community. And St. Jude's a great cause, and we highlight here what Bobby and Nika are doing in Memphis with the help of some leagues around that area, but they're not the only ones. There's a lot of our APA leagues out there that, like I mentioned earlier, are doing a lot of different things. Toys for Tots has always been a big one that some of our leagues will do. Canned food drives, and I'm sure there are several more down the list
for sure.
So it's just a fantastic time of year, and happy to see the pool player community kind of band together and make a difference.
Yeah, and I know here at the national office, we like adopted a family to help out during the holidays as well. So always.
We all got to stick together,
that.
you know. I mean, the holidays. I look forward to the holidays, but you know, there's people out there that holidays
not so
brings.
Fortunate.
No, I mean they're they maybe not as fortunate. They can't give to their kids, or they don't have. Maybe they've had a loss of a spouse or a divorce, or just whatever life kind of throws at people, and so try to keep people in mind during the holiday season. You know what I mean? Whether that's helping them out here and there, however you can do it, or even getting people involved in APA. I mean, there's always people out there that don't have a lot of others in their lives. And so, we're at a great time of year. A lot of the leagues are just getting going for the new year. If you've got a spot on your team, or you've got a team in your division that's got a spot, and somebody that could just use a little APA in their life, keep them in mind. It's, drag them along the first time. Might be a little tough the first time, right?
Yeah.
To get them if they're not, used to being social, but APA has helped a lot of people, and there's a lot more people out there that I'm sure we could. So just keep that in mind. Keep those less fortunate in mind, and hopefully everybody has a great holiday.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of, events and things, I know we just wrapped up our last big event of the year a couple weeks ago. US Amateur Championship.
It seems like a long time ago now.
It does. Well, I guess I said a couple weeks ago, almost a month now, about a month ago now, down in Orlando.
Yeah.
So that was at a new location this year.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I was down there. It was at the Hyatt Regency there in Orlando. Fantastic place.
That's what I heard.
Great area. Beautiful facility. I mean, no complaints. It was big, though. Did some walking to get from my room to the pool area. But other than that, I could use the exercise. So not complaining. But, yeah, it's a fantastic facility. Great event. Crowned 2 new champions, which is always cool. So, yeah, overall, I thought it went off great.
Yeah, great event. I know new women's champion, Kendra Prestegard.
Yeah, she's out of Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah, that's right. I was trying to think. There she is.
Minnesota.
Northfield, Minnesota. And then our open champion, James Blackburn.
Yeah.
He is from Reidsville, North Carolina.
Nice.
We actually had a chance to catch up with James and kind of catch up with him following
see how
the
life's
event,
treating him as a U.S. Amateur champion.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that interview. All right. We are joined here by James Blackburn of Reidsville, North Carolina, our 2024 U.S. Amateur champion. James, welcome.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up, James? Good to see you again, man.
How you doing, Jason? Good to see you too, buddy.
I'm good. Hey, listen, I know we talked right after you won the championship, but it's been a few weeks now. You've had a little time to reflect. Obviously, you've gone back home and kind of, I'm sure talked to family and friends. What's been the kind of that reception when you got back to North Carolina?
Oh man, it's very surreal. Everybody's very happy for me, and a lot of people were saying it's about time. I didn't necessarily want to hear that, but I mean, I guess they're right. I've been trying for this my whole pool playing career, and I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah, now that you've had a little time to reflect on the victory, what kind of comes to mind? What kind of emotions? What kind of thoughts? I mean, you said it's about time. Like, is this something that you have strived for a long time, that kind of thing?
Absolutely, man. I started playing APA whenever I was 18 years old, me and my buddies, and we all had that dream. We all wanted the U.S. Amateur, National Singles, something like that. I've never given up trying for this. I never thought it would happen here recently, but I mean, it finally happened. It's still kind of surreal just thinking about, like, you see it, you watch the videos, but then when you sit there and say, I am the champ, it's weird to say.
I bet.
So, James, I want to take it back to the beginning. So how did you actually start playing pool? How did you first get involved in playing pool?
I started in high school. I didn't really know anything about it, and buddies of mine, they used to do bad stuff and skip school and go play, and I went with them, and they used to beat me and make fun of me all the time, and I used that as motivation to keep practicing. And it actually kept me out of trouble, ironically. Like, instead of doing the stuff they were doing, I just started playing pool every day. And I just got better and better, and then I could talk crap to them.
Nice. So, was there somebody in particular who got you started playing pool, or did it just kind of, you just kind of got out there and started and stuck with it?
It started, like I said, my friends in school, nobody in particular, but then my dad, through a job of his, met a guy that ran a local pool league. And I met that guy with the local pool league, and then from there, I heard about APA, and I started playing with a good friend of mine, Jared Ware. Me and him started playing APA at the same time. We actually have the player number that's one number off from each other. It's kind of crazy. We've been friends for over 20 years now, and like I said, that kind of got me started with APA, and I've been playing APA ever since.
Nice. So tell us about your journey and making it to eventually the U.S. Amateur Championship.
I've tried almost every year. I've never had a lot of luck in the qualifiers. I always make it to the finals, but as I said in my post-match interview, North Carolina is such a hotbed of pool. There's so many good players in those qualifiers. I think I've won 2 qualifiers out of the 10 I played in, and I made the finals of every one. That's how tough it is to get out of North Carolina. And this year, in my qualifier, I played in Raleigh, and my very first round, I played a friend of mine, Corey Sykes. He's finished 5th in the finals the last 2 years, and I was able to squeak out a 7-6 win versus him. And getting that win, I knew I had a chance to qualify this year. And anything after that was just a breeze. There was no pressure after beating him, because me and him were the pre-tournament favorites in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm curious, James. I mean, you said 10 times you've played in preliminary rounds. What's the motivation for a guy like you to play in an event like the U.S. Amateur Championship? One of the things that always surprises people that aren't like in the know on the USAM is like, oh, there's no prize money. Why would you do it? So I'm curious, 10 times, you've been successful twice. Obviously, you went all the way this year. But what's the motivation for a guy like you to want to play in the U.S. Amateur Championship? What is it about that particular event?
When I started playing pool, like I said, I never did it for the money. And to this day, I still play for the love of the game. I mean, you're going to spend money, but really the reason I play this tournament is for that trophy. I mean, that trophy and getting my name on the Larry Hubbard trophy means everything to me. I mean, that's what I've worked for. It's, I don't know if immortality is the right word, but I mean, it's always going to be there no matter what. Like I said, no matter what I do in pool now, I mean, I'm one of the few people. I mean, people I've looked up to since I started, Brian Parks, my very first trip to Vegas, I met him, and he's always been a good friend of mine since then. And I've wanted to try to repeat what he did, and to finally get there, he actually told me welcome to the club after I won. That meant a lot to me.
Nice. That's very cool. Very cool. So now that you've had some time to get back home, I'm curious, the match obviously live streamed. Have you gone back and watched the match? If so, what did you take away from having watched yourself? Did you learn anything? Are there things you would have done different? I mean, I guess, have you watched it at all?
Actually, I did. I as you know, as long as it was, I took about a whole day to watch it. It really just, like I said in the post-match interview, I just really had to play my game. And the very beginning of that match, I was playing Brandon's style, and Brandon is very precise and very methodical, and I let that get in my head. I'm generally a faster player, and that's whenever we got to the 9-ball, I kind of picked up my pace a little bit, and that helped me swing it back in my favor. Like I said, the nerves were unbelievable. I mean, it was just getting through the nerves was the biggest thing. Knowing I wasn't playing my best, but still grinding through and getting the result I wanted meant everything.
Yeah. What do you think it'll be like next year when you got to go back and defend the title, and you're kind of the guy when you walk in the room? I mean, everybody's well aware that you're the defending champ, and you kind of have that target on your back. What do you anticipate that'll be like for you? Is that kind of a new role for you to have to play?
It is, and it's not. Like in my area, I'm generally one of the more respected players. But I mean, as soon as I got back, the league matches I've played, everybody's bringing their A game. So I imagine it's going to be the same next year. I'm going to have to play even better. This whole tournament, I never really found my A game, but every match I just kind of was consistent, very steady. That was my MO the whole tournament. So I think next year, though, I'm going to have to find my A game a couple matches, or I'm not going to make it through.
What would you tell to aspiring pool players who are maybe looking to get involved?
The biggest thing is take it for what it is. I mean, it is a game, but it's also a game that we all love. You got to make sure you're having fun with it, no matter what your goals are. If you're just going to play league and have a good time, or if you want to win the U.S. Amateur Championship, if you want to win the U.S. Open, you want to start the right way, build your foundation and your fundamentals up the correct way. That way you don't create bad habits. That's actually one thing I did starting out. Like, I learned a lot of bad habits, and then I learned about teaching. I've taken a bunch of lessons myself and rebuilt my fundamentals, and that helped a lot. And that's what I relied on, especially that last rack. You got to rely on the fundamentals to get you through a lot of times.
Yeah, now that you've secured the U.S. Amateur Championship title, what are your next goals within the game of pool? I mean, what's next for you? What's the next thing you'd like to accomplish?
I've always wanted to be a part of I like to call it the Triple Crown of the APA players. Like I said, I mean, I don't have as many aspirations to be a pro player as I used to, but I mean, I do want to finish accomplishing my goals in APA. I got the U.S. Amateur. I want to get a national singles title, and then I'd like to get a Masters title. Those are the big three things that I want to get. And like I said, I would like to be like Brian Parks and Estebayo, all those guys who've won those three titles. I feel like I should be up there with them, and I guess I'm a third of the way there now.
Well, you can check one big one off the list now.
Absolutely. So. Well, we hope to see you out in Vegas next year.
Yeah, I'm already there for 9-ball, so hopefully
nice.
we'll get that going. This is one, honestly, if you don't mind, this is one I never thought I would get. Back in 2018, I got diagnosed with wet MD in my right eye, and I was always right eye dominant. So I had to change my stance up to become left eye dominant, have a little more snooker stance, because I don't have any center vision in my right eye anymore. So I really had to do a lot of work to get my game back where it was, and I didn't think I would be there on big tables anymore. So this was kind of a shock to me as well.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, wow. Very impressive.
It's funny, my my doctor, after he heard, he couldn't believe it. He invited me over to his house to play a couple of his buddies to come over there as a ringer.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you joining us, James. Wish you a happy holiday, and I don't think you got to wish for anything bigger from Santa. You got that big trophy now, so you put that right under the tree. How's that?
That's all I wanted.
All right, James. We'll plan to see you again in the spring out in Vegas and see if you can continue to get that trifecta that you mentioned.
Sounds good. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thanks,
all right, take
James.
Care.
Nice.
Nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy.
Nice guy. It was interesting to hear him say he didn't play his A game.
I know.
He's saying he gets better than that. So
pretty interesting comments.
So
after you just won our most prestigious.
I could see it though. It's a marathon. That event is a marathon. Like final match, I think he was down like 6 racks or something.
Yeah.
And then that match went hill. If you haven't watched that match, go back to our YouTube channel, check it out. It's pretty entertaining.
It is.
And it is a little long.
It's
a little long.
Take you
but a very entertaining.
Grab a drink.
Yeah, right. A couple maybe. But well deserved for both.
Absolutely.
For both our new U.S. Amateur champions.
Yeah, it's a great event.
Yeah, we'll have to see what next year holds for the U.S. Amateur champion.
Yeah, I know.
Championship.
I don't think we know quite where.
Little
it's gonna
birdie
go
told
yet.
me it might be on the move. We'll have to see. I don't know.
We'll
know. The Hyatt was great, but we'll see. You never know. So
see where we go next year.
Yep.
All right. Well, speaking of next year, we went on to social media and asked you guys what your goals are for next year. So
I feel like that's dangerous.
It is dangerous, isn't it? So
did we pull some of these?
We did. We
really?
pulled some of the players' submitted goals.
Oh, wow.
So I thought we'd share. We always like sharing some of the stuff that you guys submit to us. So I thought we'd share some of the player goals that you guys have.
Is this going to be one of those like?
No,
okay.
they're not too bad. They're not too bad. They're really not. So
you go first.
I'll go first. The first one we have from John Askew. John says, I think he was one of our singles champions
Name's
too.
Definitely familiar.
He says to get out of my own way and just play the game. Wasted 2024 trying to be too robotic. I tend to play much better when I'm able to have a disciplined routine, but allow my subconscious to execute the shot. If I can play more consistently and enjoy the game as a result, I will be happy with that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, good goal.
Definitely a more intense player. You can tell. Like
Yes,
I'm
for
reading
sure.
ahead. I'm like, okay, so he is a little different than me when it comes to league. Like I'm more like, what time do I got to be there?
Same.
Like, are there any drink specials?
Exactly. That is the same. I'm more of a have fun.
There you go. Speaking
player.
of have fun, so Steve Butler, this is our next one, says first have fun. Second, work on playing better while having fun. See, that kind of fits what I'm saying there, right?
Yes, for sure.
Good.
Next one from Cheryl Hoffman. She says, do well at my first ever singles championships in Vegas in May. By do well, I mean not lose in the first 2 matches. After that is all icing on the cake. I'm just excited to be playing. Great attitude to have going into that, Cheryl.
Yeah,
and good luck.
I think that would be my goal out there.
Same.
Like at least win a match.
Right.
Win a match, is a good start, and then see what happens from there. Everything else is
have fun
especially
going
with
out
that
there.
event because you get your hotel and your
Right.
travel assistance and all that. Speaking of the singles championship, which is actually the pool player championships, is what we formally call that. That'll look different next year.
It will be a lot different next year, actually.
Be a lot more people there. It's going to absorb the Masters, the ladies, all the doubles events.
Jack and Jill doubles.
Yeah, and the wheelchair. Championship.
Oh yeah,
so it's going to be
captains is staying in August.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more similar to the scope of the August event. So that's something else to look forward to in 2025. In case you didn't know that. All right, so Corey Lentz said he wants a Vegas Pool Dog Arena match. Semis or quarterfinals would be awesome as well. So good goal.
Very
I like
good
how
goal to have.
Pool Dog Arena has synonymous now with that
I know,
space.
right?
I'm sure Pool Dog likes that too.
Pool Dog
My
probably
good friends at Pool
loves
Dog.
that.
Kevin,
We
you hear
love
that?
Pool Dog.
You hear that? Love Pool Dog. They're great people. Great people.
Our next one, kind of similar to those. Run. Sorry, I don't know if that's
butchered
really your
that.
name or not. That might be just like a social media name.
Yeah.
I apologize if it's not, but anyways, advanced to the APA Pool Player Championships, 8-Ball Classic for the 3rd time in a row. So in 2023, skill level 4, 2024, skill level 5, time to lock in 2025, skill level 6. I think that's a great goal to have.
Yep.
And it's like we talk about all the time. I mean, when you're playing consistently, sounds like you've been out there year to year to year, your skill level should be going up, right?
So, Roy Walker.
Ron
Walker. What do I say? Roy?
Ron.
My eyes aren't what they used to be. This is a little different one. I'd like to finally get some local refereeing in and be able to take the test to become an official APA referee. So, a little different perspective for Ron Walker. And, all of our referees are members, right?
Right.
And we use, I don't know how many.
They're
how many we use out there?
volunteers. I don't, it's different.
Dozens,
yeah,
right?
it's different from, we use less at Pool Player Championships than August.
Yeah.
However, it might change
Still a
now
lot,
with
though,
there being many more teams.
Hug a
coming out.
referee.
Yeah, those
Only
are
if they say
volunteers.
you
If
Only
it's
if they
okay
give you
with
permission.
if it's okay with them,
just
then
wanted to
you
throw
can
that out
hug
there.
them. However, they're volunteers,
Yeah.
so be nice to them.
Yes.
Okay, so Nathan Motzinger, he says, Jack and Jill with my wife, Emily Motzinger. That's kind of
Aw.
exciting. How sweet.
Very sweet.
Yeah, that's a sweet one.
Mike P. Kip. Huh. He wants to not be an a-hole when he loses.
I mean, that's a pretty good goal for next year,
I
right?
think step 1 is recognizing the problem, Mike, and you have recognized it. Now
You've
step 2
recognized
is
it.
making it happen.
I mean, yeah. He recognized that it's an issue, and now in 2025, he wants to make it happen.
In fairness, I don't like losing either.
I know.
I don't know that I'm an a-hole when I lose, but I don't
You know,
enjoy it.
Nobody likes
I
losing.
think I hate losing more than I enjoy winning. Honestly, that's probably a very terrible perspective. I'm trying not to teach my kids that, but I feel like that's my attitude.
Well,
If I win, I'm like, great. If I lose, I'm like, but I don't take it out on anybody else.
yeah. I mean, Mike, you've recognized it, so now in 2025, you can work on that. We've all got.
What are you working on? I know you got some New Year's resolutions.
I haven't really started to think about it yet.
You
to
don't
be
have it.
honest,
It's
with
only
you.
like a couple weeks away.
I
but
know.
Might as well put it off.
I'm going to put it off for a little bit longer.
Procrastinating's not on the list.
Maybe not be a procrastinator so much. Maybe that's my New Year's resolution. That's first on the list. So, yeah, keep those resolutions going.
Pick good ones. Pick good ones. Hard ones.
Hard ones?
Hard ones.
Yeah.
Like, go climb Mount Everest. Something substantial out there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to be a better person, but I want somebody else to go climb Mount Everest. I think that's fair.
That's fair. That's a
Reasonable.
fair, reasonable goal for 2025.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Keep those goals going for 2025, everybody. Go climb Mount Everest.
Yep.
Metaphorically
speaking.
Metaphorically speaking, coming into the next segment to wrap things up for today, we've got some home pool rooms for you guys. We started this segment last month, so I thought that we'd continue that on this month. You guys like to submit these to us. We enjoy getting them, so I thought that we'd share some more of those this month.
Cool.
Keep those coming to us too. So the first one we have is from David Blackwell.
Nice.
I want to share this one. He's got that APA Pool Leagues light in there.
Got the TV, got the game on.
I can't quite tell, but I think this might be his garage.
2 TVs.
Like judging from the top, this might be his garage,
His
which
garage
is
a lot cleaner than my garage.
Same. Our garage has a
there's
lot
the garage
more.
door
Yeah, the garage
thing on
door
the top.
opener
There
at
you
the
go.
top.
Good eye, Becky.
Yeah. Well, after last month, you pointed one out, which made me actually look for that this month. But super nice
Solid.
for a garage, right?
Who's that? David Blackwell?
David
I
Blackwell.
wonder where that's at.
Yeah, I don't know, but super nice. He's even
We'll
got
be over
like
soon,
carpet
David.
going on there. Love the APA Pool Leagues light in there. Super nice, David. Okay, next one we've got Randy Robinson. Nice setup here. I thought this was like a really different light, like pool table light.
Yeah,
that
it's
he
kind of
had
like
there.
a retro style, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got Minnie Mouse in the corner there.
Minnie Mouse. I was trying to
Cute.
figure out what those little posters on the back are. Those like soccer jerseys? Oh, is that a Moscone jersey? 2000.
Oh, that might be.
Might be Moscone. World Pool Championship in a Moscone jersey, maybe?
Maybe.
That's cool. Very
Yeah, nice little setup he's got going on
I
there.
like the floors, too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next one we have is from Sherry Myers.
Got a diamond
She's got
table.
a nice diamond table there with that nice, I don't know what that light
like
is
she's got some
called,
awards on the
but
wall,
She's
too.
got some nice APA awards on her wall there. Her nice little accolades from a lot of those are APA awards she's got on the wall there, but nice little setup
Yeah.
she's got going there. Next one we have is from Joe Giuliano.
Ooh.
This one got a lot of attention on social media when
Very
we posted
fancy.
it. Yeah.
Very nice looking.
I think that's like a custom light that he's got there, the pool table light that's on there. This one got a lot of attention when we posted it on social media. He got a lot of attention
I
there.
wonder how that
so.
does with the shadows.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody question the shadows from the...
They did not. It was the pool table light and the table that got a
Yeah.
lot of attention.
Fancy.
They're super nice. Yeah, are you talking about from like all the...
Just from the sunlight
the
coming
sunlight
in.
coming
Yeah,
in from
just
the
curious.
windows?
I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe it just plays at night.
Super nice.
Looks like a very nice home,
Mm-hmm.
too.
Very pretty. And then the last one I think we've got here from Jim Newell Sr. I
Yep.
thought this one was cool because it
Another
was
garage
outside.
set.
Yeah.
Looks like another garage set.
Yeah, another like garage area here. Not kind of nice. You can open it up and get the air flowing in there, but nice little setup. You can have your friends come over and kind of play outside.
Yep. What kind of table is that?
I'm not sure.
It's interesting.
It is interesting, but another nice setup we've got there. So keep those coming. We post those kind of weekly-ish on social media, and you guys always like to comment with your pictures and stuff. So make sure you keep those coming, and excuse me, we'll continue to share those. But I think that kind of wraps things up for this year.
Wrapping it up. Time for us
Yeah.
to go wrap up some presents, I guess, then. Final days before
Clever.
Christmas.
Final days before
Behave
Christmas.
yourself, Pool Player Nation.
Final
Santa Claus
days.
is coming to town.
He is Santa Q.
Are you getting coal in your stocking, or are you
I
getting...
hope not.
What's the opposite of the coal in the stocking?
presents?
Good things.
Good things, presents.
Well, so you're getting the good things?
I hope so.
Probably getting a mix. Probably a mix.
We'll see.
That's what
We'll
my
find
wife said.
out. That's probably
I
what my
said you're getting
husband
a
would
mix.
say as well.
All
I don't
right.
know, though. I'm the one who handles a lot of that, so hopefully not.
Nice.
Anyways, you guys, thanks for tuning in this year. We appreciate all of you, and hope that you guys all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you all next year.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys.